Hey guys, Michael with ArmchairBuilder.com here. Hey listen, today I want to show you a little bit, talk to you about this review of these hands-free faucets that are out now. This one is by Moen. It's called the MotionSense Hazefield faucet. And we installed this thing about 6 weeks ago, and I was going to do a review then, but I thought, you know, it's better to use it for a while and actually put it into a kitchen application and make sure that we know how good it is or not so good, so that we can give you some honest feedback. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about the installation, the cost, and I can also hopefully share with you some of our experience in using this faucet.
So how does this faucet work? Well, there's a sensor there. You can see the blue light come on as my hand gets close to it. It detects motion and turns the water on, and then as soon as the object moves, it turns the water off. So the idea here is to put your glass or your pot in front of it. The water turns on, and then when you move it away, it turns it off for you. So if you don't have an extra hand, if you're talking on the phone or you've got two hands on the heavy pot, it's able to turn the water off for you to save water. So there's also a sensor on top of the faucet that allows you to wave your hand above it to turn on the water, and then wave it again to turn it off. So after a lot of use, we found the top sensor to be the most useful. This way you have complete control over the flow, and obviously the front sensor helps when you're using a glass of water or a pot trying to fill it in front for hands-free. But the problem with it is that if you're cleaning this sink or you're doing anything down in the sink, it will sometimes turn on the water when you don't want it to. So inadvertently it'll do that. So it is possible to turn off one or both of the sensors if you decide you don't want them. And in our case, we turned off the front one. So it's pretty easy to turn off both sensors. You basically just hold your hand above the top sensor for 5 seconds, and that turns off both of the sensors so that neither of them work, just in case you decide you don't want to use them for a period of time while you're cleaning the faucet or cleaning the sink. So to turn the sensors back on again, you just hold your hand again over the top sensor for 5 seconds, and then after that the water turns on, the light in the front turns on, and you'll see that both sensors work again. So it's also easy to turn off the front sensor alone if you want to. So you turn the water on, you hold your hand above the top sensor for 5 seconds, and you'll see after 5 seconds the front light turn on. And when it has, then you'll realize that that sensor's turned off. So you turn the water off, and you can try it again, and you'll realize that the sensor is turned off, but the top one still works. So we use this top wave function like multiple times a day for washing our hands. It's so great when you don't want to have to touch that faucet to get chicken juice or any kind of other contaminants off your hands.
So how hard is it to install this MotionSense faucet? Well, I can tell you I'm no plumber, and it took me probably about a half hour, 45 minutes to install it after getting the old faucet out. Really not hard. Take some common household tools. Most DIYers can do it. And let's take a look at some of the specifics on how it gets done.
So I can tell you're going to be a little bit intimidated by the amount of stuff that comes out of the box. You've got the valve module and thermostat that has the MotionSense technology. You've got the battery compartment that holds 6 AA batteries to actually power the valves in the faucet. And Moen has actually included the batteries with this faucet. All the other typical parts for a pull-out faucet are included, and then they've even included a tool to help you get the hard-to-reach nut behind or underneath the countertop behind the sink installed. So just like any other pull-out faucet, installation begins by setting the faucet into place, feeding the supply lines down through, and then securing the nut underneath to secure the faucet to the countertop. So the next major step in installing this faucet is to get the valve control box set and secured to the wall of the base cabinet with 3 screws. So the next major step is to install the water supply lines to the valve control box. This is made very easy by the numbering on the hoses and the valve control box, and by the fact that you have push-fit connections, meaning there are no nuts to tighten or tools required. So the only time you'll need a wrench for this is when securing the hot and cold supply hoses to the house water supply valves, as with any faucet installation. So it looks a little messy under the sink because you have a total of 6 different supply hoses tying into the control valve box. 4 go to the faucet and 2 go to the house water supply. So the last major step in this hands-free part of the faucet install is the battery compartment. They give you a Velcro pad to stick to the side of your cabinet and a screw for additional holding power. So of course there are other steps to the faucet installation, but you'll have this with any standard faucet. Moen does a great job providing easy to follow diagrams and instructions for the complete installation.
So would I recommend to people, friends and family, to purchase this faucet? I can tell you that, it's an extra $200 over the standard high arch Hayesfield model that they have, which, can be a big difference for some people. The installation's easy. Anybody can do it with some standard household tools, and take you maybe an hour. Maybe if you don't know what you're doing or never done this before, for this kind of pull-out faucet, it may take you an hour and a half maybe. The other thing is it's great for, the functionality of it is fantastic. Like I said before, it's one of those things that until you have it, you don't know you need it, but once you do have it, you probably aren't going to go without it. So personally, I think it's a great faucet. We have no affiliation with Moen. It's just wanted to share you with our review and our experience with it. So if you have any other experiences with this or in any other hands-free faucet, let us know about it. Take care.